Learning to read and spell is a complex process. It requires expert teaching that is informed by high-quality research. For all children to learn to read early and successfully, they need to be taught in a way that uses evidence of how beginning readers become skilled readers. Children who receive evidence-based early reading instruction are less likely to have reading difficulties. InitiaLit is a whole-class program for initial literacy teaching. It has been designed using scientific research on how children learn to read and the most effective ways to teach them.
We have learnt that the diagraph OW makes the O sound. What sound?
O!
It was developed by MultiLit to address the need for a comprehensive evidence-based program for the first few years of school. InitiaLit incorporates the essential elements of reading instruction in a systematic and explicit way for students from Foundation to Year 2. It is informed by rigorous international research, showing that for beginning readers to become skilled readers, teaching must include 5 essential components: phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension. InitiaLit lessons include each of these 5 elements according to the stage of students' reading development using age-appropriate pedagogy. InitiaLit uses teaching strategies that are based on the cognitive science of reading development in the brain. This research shows that learning the connections between letters and sounds is a necessary part of learning to read.
What sound? Ah! What sound? What sound?
For beginning readers, the meaning of a word is activated when they can correctly read the word. The phonics component of InitiaLit is based on a synthetic phonics approach, which research has shown is the most effective way to help children learn to decode words accurately and fluently. Synthetic phonics teaches children the alphabetic principle explicitly and systematically. Children learn to automatically identify letter-sound correspondences and blend them together to fluently and independently read words, then sentences, and eventually books. InitiaLit also provides explicit instruction and differentiated activities to develop oral language, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. Enjoyment of reading is important, and children's books are an intrinsic part of InitiaLit. InitiaLit provides the fundamental literacy building blocks that underpin the ability to read accurately for meaning and for pleasure.
What InitiaLit has done for my school is given us a consistent approach from Foundation to Year 2 so that all of our teachers are on the same page and teaching a sequence of skills that gets us to the best possible place at the end of Year 2, and we're seeing the results in our children and the cumulative effect of that skill development.
InitiaLit F is for the foundation or first full year of primary school. It is designed with the youngest students in mind. InitiaLit 1 is for Year 1 students and has a continued emphasis on evidence-based instruction delivered with a sense of fun and purpose. It is engaging and well-paced, combining teacher-directed explicit instruction with differentiated and targeted activities that keep students interested and on task. The activities are designed to consolidate the content of the lessons. InitiaLit F and InitiaLit 1 have 2 main components: phonics and language.
Let's say the sounds.
InitiaLit F and InitiaLit 1 are strongly focused on helping beginning readers to develop the decoding skills they need to be able to read and spell words. The InitiaLit phonics scope and sequence starts with simple letter-sound correspondences so children can understand the relationship between speech and print. The scope and sequence moves on to the extended phonic code over the course of the program into Year 1. It also teaches common morphemes and basic grammatical concepts.
Shake, shake, shake's the verb.
Shake, shake, shake's a verb.
Spin, spin, spin's the verb.
Spin, spin, spin's a verb.
Action words, what are they called?
They're called verbs.
InitiaLit F and InitiaLit 1 also include oral language and literature components. It expands their vocabulary so children can understand the words they are reading using their decoding skills.
And then we've got the word crash here. Do you know what crash means, Jack?
Lessons include storybook sessions that use a mixture of well-known and new children's literature to develop oral language, vocabulary, and comprehension, but also to introduce children to the world of picture books and reading for pleasure. In InitiaLit 2, which is for Year 2 students, the program's focus shifts to spelling, comprehension, grammar, and vocabulary. At this stage of the program, children will be decoding accurately and developing their reading fluency. Teaching in InitiaLit 2 emphasises skills and knowledge that methodically guides children toward a reading level that will allow them to fully engage with the wider school curriculum in the upper years of primary school. The spelling component reviews the letter-sound correspondences and spelling concepts taught in InitiaLit 1 and also teaches the remainder of the advanced alphabetic code systematically and explicitly. Children will also learn new spelling rules and morphological concepts. To develop reading comprehension and fluency, children are taught important comprehension strategies and how to apply them to different types of text.
How else do we know it's an imaginative text? Yes.
They are also given regular opportunities to work on reading fluency through echo, choral, and paired reading. In the grammar component, children are explicitly taught key grammatical features and how to apply them to a writing task.
Words, adverbs, tell us how. Let's think of an adverb now.
Vocabulary, oral language, and oral comprehension are taught through children's literature. Detailed lessons are provided for each of the 15 storybook titles selected for use with the program, including detailed writing tasks. 2 novel studies are included for use towards the end of the year. Creating a comprehensive and proven program that encompasses all of the essential aspects of early reading and spelling instruction is time-consuming, especially for busy teachers.
What I like about InitiaLit is the thorough teaching sequence. I like how there's no guessing. I don't have to think about what to teach in what term. It's all planned out and it follows a great developmental sequence.
InitiaLit has been developed over 5 years by a highly qualified and experienced team at MultiLit. It has been trialled and evaluated in schools. It is an evidence-based program that is aligned with the Australian curriculum and the National Literacy Learning Progressions. InitiaLit provides consistency and seamlessness in teaching across the crucial foundation to Year 2 period for literacy acquisition. The InitiaLit program provides everything a classroom teacher needs for reading and spelling instruction every day from foundation to Year 2. It includes professional learning in evidence-based early reading and spelling instruction and delivery of the InitiaLit program. Detailed lesson plans, including smartboard slide presentations, resources for differentiated reading and spelling activities, student workbooks for reading, spelling, grammar and handwriting, sound and letter prompt cards, posters and charts, well-written and illustrated decodable readers, access to hundreds of downloadable teaching resources and activities.
It's given our teachers their weekends back. They don't have to spend hours resourcing activities and putting together lessons. And the wonderful thing is they have research behind their lessons, so they're not having to guess that this is the right lesson to teach in the right order. It's all there at their fingertips.
InitiaLit is part of a suite of programs developed by MultiLit. InitiaLit is a Tier 1 program in a response to intervention framework. For children who need extra support in reading, the MiniLit program is a Tier 2 intervention for small groups of children. It is typically delivered in Year 1 for children who have been assessed as being in the lowest 25% of students. Children's progress is monitored carefully, and those who continue to have low progress in reading after participating in MiniLit should be given a specialised diagnosis and may need more intensive intervention. The number of children needing intervention is reduced when the response to intervention framework is used with high-quality, evidence-based Tier 1 and Tier 2 instruction.
I can easily identify the children who are needing intervention straight away. It's moving my bottom end children up and I find it easier to cater for all the levels in my classroom.
It's given our teachers confidence with the content. They have a very good understanding of the 5 areas of reading and they're able to have robust conversations around content. The conversations are different and they're able to really hone in on specific skill development that they're all teaching or working on together.
Getting all children reading early and successfully is a high priority for schools. Children who struggle with reading will struggle throughout their education, with serious consequences for their quality of life. InitiaLit provides schools with a comprehensive set of research-based teaching resources that are based on evidence of scientific best practice. The programs have been evaluated in schools to ensure that they are helpful and accessible to teachers and are designed with the needs of beginning readers in mind, with a mixture of teacher-directed instruction and engaging targeted learning activities. Schools using InitiaLit can have confidence that they are providing every child in every classroom with the best possible chance of reading success. Find out more by visiting the MultiLit website or contact us for a free information pack.